Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Broad Sweeper. I'm your host, Arosa Perkins, and we got a very interesting show today. And actually, it was an update or breaking news, as we could say. Big U's on the run. Homies on the Yo, Big U's like 80 years old, and this nigga still out here popping. Allegedly still popping niggas. So I know y'all see back here I don't have my couch anymore. I'm getting a new one. I just put that one in there because we just need one in there. So I got me a whole new one. I'm gonna have a whole new one coming in probably by next week or I don't know. I might use my credit card if I can find something, a little bit nicer. But big U, big U, big U. I didn't expect this shit coming, but it came. I was gonna do a black show today, but I changed it. I'm gonna say this, and it's just me. Oh, hold up 1 second. Give me a second. Well, I'm gonna say this. I didn't see that shit coming from a mile away. I always thought it was gonna be whack that get busted, but I think it went far farther than it was supposed to because of the excuse me, because of when they jumped to do that no jumper. Uh, but this was a Rico case. So before we start, I'll tell you how my day is. I might do a subtopic, maybe the Breakfast Club with just hilarious and old girl Lauren. That's her name. I think Lauren Williams. I think her name is. Also, like and subscribe and share. I'm gonna do my share. I'm gonna do my part right now, and I'm gonna share. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna share right now. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say this. I thought Whack always was gonna get hit first before anything. Whack was gonna get hit, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you what my theory is. I have a theory, but I'm gonna say this. This case that has just got crazy within the past probably 6 hours. I was debating should I do it today or tomorrow, but today is Wednesday, and I was gonna do a reaction video, but I might do both. Who knows? Depending on how my night goes. Um, yeah. But yeah, it just sometimes the bullshit comes with the territory. I always tell people that, man, it comes with the territory. us doing like crazy shit like this and motherfuckers dumbing out and like it's just it is what it is, you know. But I always tell people this. I do appreciate, you know, people who are in the streets and tell niggas that like, yo, these streets ain't for you. Don't do that shit. Don't do this. You know. I always tell people all the time it comes with the territory. Um, just don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache. It ain't worth the stress. And let me say this: everybody been doing the same breaking news lately, but we're gonna do some research on this. Do I really want to do the Breakfast Club? I'm not gonna be honestly. I'm not gonna do the Breakfast Club. I'm gonna look and do something. I'm gonna do something else. You know. And the reason why everybody's doing the Breakfast Club, I personally don't want to do it, so I'm not. Um, yeah, we're gonna do. Give me a second. Mm, what? I'm gonna tell you a theory. Um, I'm gonna give you a crazy, crazy theory. Mm, that's modified. I was watching this crazy movie. It's called The Good Omens. It was nuts, man. I was watching it last night. Oh shit, is that my coach? Oh shit, it is my coach. I'm gonna tell him like, yo, I seen you in your Zella match. You know, yeah, we're gonna get something good, man. We're not gonna do the same thing. We might even just do it a reaction video now, then jump into some shit. You know, jump into some good bullshit. Uh, you know what? We might even do a Tariq Nasheed. You know, the reason why we might do a Tariq Nasheed, his shit be lit. Um, yo, y'all want to hear something crazy? That dude named Brandon from California. I always thought that was Bucci Bear. He sounds just like him. You know. And yo, Tariq Nasheed ran up on a nigga too. Yeah, the nigga ran up on Bucci with being in front of his lawyer. It was crazy. I didn't expect that shit to happen. Well, yeah, we're gonna find a good one. All right, we're gonna watch this shit right here. If y'all cared how my day was alright. I didn't really do anything.
That new guy energy.
It was pretty lit
Oh,
though.
he's back. That's the fourth time he's done that.
Is he peeking?
The fuck? Here we go.
Blue collar. We got a white man up in here. Speaking of white people, let's get blue collar.
Tariq Nasheed, how's it going, man?
Hey, blue collar. How are you, man? You're not drunk or nothing, are you? Because we get drunk white men calling around this time every night.
No, no, I'm not drunk, but I am a little smoked out. But yeah,
There you,
not drunk.
there you go. What's on your mind, Blue Collar? What city you in, by the way?
I'm Jersey City, New Jersey.
Jersey City. Shout out to Jersey. What's on your mind?
Not much. What's going? I just want to come by and say I'm appreciating the sentiment I'm hearing from my Black American folk. You know, my fellow nationalists. Because even though we don't agree on everything, Tyreek, I just pop in here every once in a while and listen to you guys. And I was like, you know what? The way you guys stick up for American, Black American values against all these foreigners, I like what I'm seeing, and continue the good work, guys. Continue the good work, because America against everybody. That's what I say. White, black, or Mexican Americans, all those other Americans.
And
So we're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together.
yes, indeed. Y'all have those sentiments when a black boxer is fighting because y'all say America against everybody except when,
Oh no, man! I love boxing, and I always go for the American. I don't care if he's black or
yeah, but
Mexicano.
yeah, okay, because yeah, y'all will change flags when it's
Oh no, no, no! Fuck Europeans, bro. I don't like the French. I don't like any of those European sons of bitches either. It's all American all day, man. The
when,
Brits, the
there you go. Because I remember going to a Floyd Mayweather fight around what 2017, 2018 when he fought Conor McGregor. I remember being up there in Vegas, and I was the only one there sporting the American flag. If you go look at pictures, I got pictures on my.
Yo, yo, real talk. He was the only person. Hold on a second. So yeah, he was the only one that had American flag. I did peep that shit at the Mayweather, and niggas had the Mexican flag. Everybody was had their tribalistic flags, even if it was in the Mexican flag. And it's always like that. The black man always, hold shit down, and it just be like that. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. You know.
I was supporting the American boxer. I had the American flag. You had white people all in Vegas running around with Irish flags. You see? So they abandoned the flag at the drop of a damn hat so they could support the white guy. They were selling out of Irish flags in Vegas. So many white people wanted them Irish flags. They weren't Irish. They were doing that because of the white guy. Yeah? They wanted to see a black guy get whooped. I was standing on patriotism business. Yeah? Let me see. Let's get some folks in here. We in here deep. Let's get Noni. Noni in the building. Let's get Noni. Hop on in here, Noni. And then we got John O'Connor. So, Noni, you ready? Yo, Noni, yo, Noni, yo, Noni.
Good evening. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Noni, how are you?
I'm doing good. Good evening. Peace to the room. Peace to the family. I wanted to make a few points. The first thing I want to say is I appreciate the work that you do, and I donate to the museum. It's on reoccurring,
Oh,
so it
thank
comes out. Yes, I'm so proud to be able to do that. It's actually an honor to donate. I'm
Shout
so
out to
proud of the work
that.
that you're doing, that we're doing together as a family. So
you.
I
Love it.
wanted to say that. Also attended microphone check. It was amazing. Such a good time, such a vibe. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
So I want to bring up 2 points. The first point, going back to the ASAP Rocky thing, is that I think he's a young man. He has the right to change, to grow, to evolve, and he's in an industry. He's in an industry where it's very easy to be misled, where others profit, greatly off of him being misled. It takes a lot of courage to, reconnect, to grow, and to be connected to the grassroots. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud of his family. I'm proud of what they're doing.
Mhm.
The other thing that I think people do is they make these connections with you and people. It's this desire to villainize you, to dehumanize you, and so you standing up for him and being able to say, "This is a young man. I'm willing to lace him up, give him game, help him grow." People don't like that. They want to always connect you to something that is. the part of you that's humanity, they choose to not see. So I think it's obviously about him, but it's just the desire to villainize you and make you out to be someone who's always looking for the harm in people. So I'm proud of you in that, as a young man, you're able to say, we're gonna make sure he's all right. And he's half FBA, I believe. So
Mm,
he's our brother. So we bless him, we pray for him and his family. He has a beautiful family, and I think that's the other part that bothers people.
yes.
About him. So yeah, so I wanted to make those points and thank you again for all
Thank-
that you do.
Introducing Hydra Studio and Character 3.
So I'm gonna say this. I like that shout out. That shout out was not bad. I think it was perfect. It wasn't too long. It
El
wasn't too.
Presidente. Okay, we just had our wonderful FBA sister up, but now here's the flip side. We got okay, y'all. Okay, you got to psychologically get yourself ready because this is oh, she's a tether boy. All right, so El Presidente, let's have it. What you got to
Tariq,
say today?
I'm in Ghana. How am I a Tedder when I'm in Africa?
I don't. I really don't believe you're in Ghana. I just don't. I think you're somewhere over here in Jacksonville,
People
Florida.
on this app know me. I'm in Ghana, like Kumasi. I'm a Santi. I'm a Khan,
I,
right? I'm a chief priestess where I'm from.
ma'am,
You know.
I think you are a waitress at Olive Garden in Jacksonville, Florida, somewhere. That's what I think.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know whether to take that as a threat or flattery, but I'm genuinely in Ghana. I'm not lying.
Okay, so what's on your mind, El Presidente?
Yeah, like today, let's not really like spew toxicity. I listened, right. I heard the white supremacists come up, right. And what I find interesting is that you did notice that, you see, when it comes to white people, it doesn't really matter about the flag, right. They will always choose your race. So I find it interesting how you notice that, and yet you still don't see the plot. You see how they unite regardless, no matter what happens. They see each other and they unite. Tariq, why are we fighting? Help me understand.
You're in Ghana and you're asking why we're fighting, and you over
Yeah,
there.
you're like, you've been to Ghana before. If you ever come
No,
again to Ghana, like, I would like to host you,
I haven't.
give you some very good
Sweetie,
fufu, yeah?
sweetie,
Sit you down as a brother,
She
and
talking about
we have to
fufu.
talk.
slow down,
It breaks
slow
my
down,
heart.
slow down.
It breaks my
Homegirls talk about fufu. She was like, yo. She was like, you been to Ghana before? She was like, what she said? You been to Ghana before? She's like, I don't know why you acting like you didn't like her. We had good fufu.
And you over
Yeah,
there
you're
with
like, you've been to Ghana before. If you ever come
no,
again to Ghana, like, I would like to host you,
I haven't.
give you some very good
Sweetie,
fufu, yeah?
sweetie.
Sit you down as a brother, and we
You
have to talk.
slow down,
It breaks
slow
my
down,
heart.
slow down.
It breaks my heart that a white
Can y'all hear me? Because she act like she can't hear me. She just gets to Joel off babbling. Slow
Nigga said
down.
Joel babbling.
Slow your ass down. Slow down, beloved. No, no, no. You get to babbling, you have to slow it down. You got time. You're not gonna sit up here and talk about why we're so divisive. And you're in Ghana. Okay, let's take that. You're in Ghana over there with that big ass Slade castle. You over there
it
sitting
was
around that big.
built, it was
Uh oh, here they go. Uh oh, I gotta hear this. Here they go with the splaining. Here comes the splaining. Come on,
it's
come
literally
on.
history. When they brought weapons of mass destruction,
Oh
yeah,
Lord.
and they
Okay.
built their forts, and they fought our people and killed us, captured us. You can read. You can literally read it. You've come there, you've seen it yourself.
I
And
have
like I'm saying,
sort of. No, I have not been there. I have not been to Ghana. I have not been to Ghana.
that explains a lot. It breaks my heart that a white person will see us fighting and go like, I like.
Oh, family, they get to splaining about that damn slave castle.
Yo, my nigga.
Boy, they this is the thing. It just chap.
So there is a slave like ceremony there. It's where they got it, and I think Senegal has it. They have it where where black people left, and black people left. Then also after they left, they built a like a little ceremony and shit there for them. I think it's it's a piece of shit. I don't think they should have that shit. It's kind of an insult because we have more history than just slavery. I don't know if they know that, but this is the shit that it comes with.
Perhaps my ass. Well, they get to explain and they act like that slave castle just magically dropped out of the sky. Like, ooh, what is this? Ooh, I'm confused. Is this for slaves? Like they didn't know. Y'all niggas built it. Y'all niggas helped build that castle.
Throughout history, you've literally seen these people use weapons of mass destruction to cause genocide, and you're asking me this. Do you apply critical thinking at all? It's crazy. You've seen these people in real time do what they do everywhere. Look at Palestine. Look at
Y'all complicit with them. Y'all had a little system going with the Portuguese. Y'all stop acting like, oh, they made me do it. They made me. They forced me to do it. Oh, y'all had a deal with them. Come on, El Presidente. Do you really want to go there?
Are you ready
Don't
to
let
have a conversation, or you just want to mute me and
Wani and Professor Alan up in here because they be killing that. They be whooping your ass on that talking point, by the way. That whole, oh, the Portuguese made me do that. Don't let me bring them up here to whoop your ass intellectually with that. Because Brother Allen gonna come in here quoting. He's gonna start whooping your ass with quotes and book references. Don't please,
so would you blame
please.
Palestinians? Would you
Do I what, dear? Because man, you just walking right into it. I don't want to see
would
you
you
get in.
blame the Palestinians for what happened in Gaza? Is that what you're doing?
Oh, so you're trying to compare the,
History is out there for all to read, guys.
the
It's not a
Palestinian?
narrative you can
Is,
just not an opinion.
is
It's out there. You can
there a slave dungeon in Palestine? What are you saying?
I'm helping you understand that these people are invasive, and then when they invade your space, they cause genocide. They
She
did it
just
in
switched it
America,
on the
they did
white
it
people. That's
everywhere, they
fucked
did
up.
it here, they colonized us. Like logic, critical thinking. That's all we're asking.
So
Let's have
they
a conversation.
okay. So what you're saying?
When are you going to come to Ghana?
So the Portuguese went over there and forced a slave castle over there, and you couldn't do anything about it.
It wasn't built by the Portuguese, actually. It was built by the British.
No,
But
Elmina was
anyway,
initially.
when are you coming to Ghana? When are you coming to Ghana?
Elmina was built by the Portuguese initially.
It was educative. Look, you don't know the history. You don't know why those forts were there. They were not forts initially. They made them forts. They brought the weapons and they used it against us. It's the same rule they use
Goodness,
everywhere. Then they divide the tribes and conquer them
sweetie,
like they're dividing you and I, and telling you that they're happy about what you are doing.
family, Elmina Castle. It's called Elmina. That's a Portuguese name. That's not a British name. It's called.
Elmina literally is what the hell?
Elmina is a Portuguese name. Yo, this girl's out here. Yo, she's wilding right now. She's not knowing that that shit is a Portuguese name. It's crazy. That's why I always tell people all the time I don't want to go to Africa. My coworkers like, yo, come to Africa, yo, you'll love it, and yada yada yada. It's the motherland. No, I'm good. I always tell I'm good, man. Cause the dude was like, oh, yo, you should build. Let me tell you what this nigga said at my job Sunday. So this motherfucker was like, oh, yo, kid. He's like, yo, what country you can build and not be taxed? I was like, nigga, not Africa. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, Africa gets taxed. What do you mean we get taxed? I was like, nigga, how y'all think y'all live in that country, man? I was like, how y'all think y'all do what y'all do in that country? Y'all gotta pay taxes to the English. No, no. I'm like, all right, my nigga. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
It was built by the Portuguese in 1482. I got Professor Allen up here. Hold on. Let me get Professor
All
Allen.
right, it's okay, sure. It's built by the Portuguese. Read more. Read more.
Look,
Let's hear. Read
let
more.
Professor Allen.
It was
Let's
built for what purposes? Why did they build the castles and what were their names? Were they forts before? And
okay.
how the weapons get there? Did we
Uh,
create those weapons? Are you aware that they use weapons on us? Are you aware that they brought
Presidente,
cannons?
and stop talking. Damn.
No,
Professor Allen.
my African ancestors died
Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
resisting, and
what's
you
going on?
keep pushing this narrative. insulting
Yeah.
us all the day. I curse you. That's all.
Okay, now
Well,
Professor Alon, go ahead, bro.
hey, brother Flex, what's going on? If you look at y'all look in the purple pill, I put a picture of me at Elmina Castle. And if you look around Elmina Castle, you see a village as far as you can see. My question is, where were those villagers when we were being sold? They were getting a cut of the check of what they were doing.
Mm,
Um, you know what I'm saying? Secondly, if you look at me, y'all look at that picture real good. I'm hiding my camera. Let me tell you why. When I went to Elmina, they charged me to go in there. Why would they charge somebody whose ancestors were sold into the slave trade at the museum, number one? But they tried to charge me twice again at a press rate. No, you are pressed. We need to charge you more money. So I had to hide my camera. So get her to explain that to me.
my man, thank you so much. Oh, good. Yeah, that whole thing where they were forced and oh, we didn't know. Oh, then she tried to say it was the British. No, no, that castle has been there since the 1482. That come on.
Facts.
Oh, don't start talking all that divisive stuff. They love with talking that divisive stuff coming from these places where they were lockstep and complicit with these white supremacists, rounding folks up, selling them all over the place.
Facts.
And now that the deal backfired on them, they're trying to circle the block on us. Hey, help us, nigga. Come on now. We gotta put all this stuff on out there. Let's get John O'Connor.
That sounds like an Irishman.
John O'Connor.
I'll be right back, everyone. All right.
Since John O'Connor ain't saying nothing, let's get the black receipt in the building.
What's going on, my brother Tariq?
What's good, brother? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I want to ask you, cause the sister Sabby Sab, she did a video about Hakeem Jeffries, and come to find out, he related to the
Leonard
great,
Jeffrey.
yeah, the great writer Little Jeffries. So I
Mm-hmm.
want to ask you, what you think about these Sambos that come from riders? Like, uh, do you think it's a manipulative?
At the University of Massachusetts Amherst, a revolutionary spirit runs through our veins.
It inspires us
To think in
Thing that the powers that be do, or it's just they see the generation before them, the pain that they went through trying to stand no business, and they just take the money and go the other way.
Yeah, man. They kind of look at the families of some of the riders and then they kind of try to co opt them to make sure they don't bring that legacy to the next generation. So they kind of get them early. So that kind of happens in certain situations. Yeah, Hakeem Jeffries, he's related to the great Leonard Jeffries. Leonard Jeffries has been in my movies. Rider, phenomenal scholar. But yeah, Hakeem Jeffrey, he's on the Democrat shield train, so he does the
Mm,
bidding of them. So,
that's a bad hit.
everybody ain't gonna be like the riders before them. Like you got like people from like Fonnie Willis. I think her dad was a Black Panther, from what I understand, down there in Georgia. Oh, Fonnie the Mammy. Well, I was begging people not to let her get in office. I think her dad is a damn Black Panther. See, it goes both ways. It goes, it goes different ways. Um, Fonnie Willis, man, I was trying to get Paul Howard reelected. I said, man, we had Paul Howard ready. We were chopping it up with him. He was ready to put charges on some of these race soldiers. That was on the political agenda. And then the police union started funding Fonnie Willis. I said, man, do not let Fonnie get in office. Do not let her get in office. I was begging people not to let Fonnie Willis get in office. They let that woman get in office. Well, she ended up crashing out the charges on the race soldiers, who was a race soldier killed his brother in the Wendy's parking lot. There were big protests down there. She crashed that out and let him get away with that. And I said, I knew that was going to happen. Then she started putting charges on black folks. She started putting them charges on Young Thug. That whole trial, which turned out to be a big ass nothing burger, wasted all the taxpayers' money in Atlanta, wasted all of their tax money on that damn um, bogus ass Rico charge for our brother Young Thug. And then her ass got caught up in the scandal. She throwing that little old squatty coochie around to lawyers and just made a big mess down there. I said, God damn it, y'all need to listen. That woman turned out to be a big old clusterflop down there. Lord, man, people got to listen when we're telling y'all, hey, that ain't it. Trust me, that ain't it. Okay, Halo, we got a Democrat shield in here. Halo, I don't want to hear it.
Hey.
Halo is the Democrat shield. He comes in with the Democrat talking points. I'm so tired of you guys. The Democrat shills, y'all come in here with y'all canned talking points. I don't want to hear it. Let's get Sir Tickles. Sir Tickles in the building. All right. The Tickles, hop on in here, man.
Hey, what's going on, brother? FBA all the way. I just wanted to say that I am what you call a top male, but for you, I will be a bottom.
Yeah, you know.
Thank you. I land my plane.
You're not FBA. No. You telling us the stuff you do at the green card office. That's what you needed to do to get your green card. No. You had to smuggle some bush meat in your bussy to get over here, sir. That's ain't no FBA. All right, let me get J1 in here. J1 hop in.
Hello, brother Tariq. I just wanted to ask that how much does the CIA pay per hour these days?
You tell me, because they hire musty tethers, I heard. Tell me, Jay. Come on, hop in, Jay. Oh no, don't run off. I nigga, what would the CIA need to pay somebody to sabotage your little old dilapidated village? All right, really get over yourself. It kills me when these tethers act like there needs to be some kind of CIA intervention to undermine their little shantytown village over there. Nigga, y'all over there selling goats for peaches. Like, oh, there's a contemporo over here, nigga.
By adopting an integrated approach, companies avoid unexpected violations, product
crazy.
recalls.
Sir, stop.
The nigga say he's selling goats for peaches.
All they got to do is go over there and steal your goats. Their little shantytown village over there. Nigga, y'all over there selling goats for peaches. Like, oh, there's a contemporo over here, nigga. Sir, stop it. All they got to do is go over there and steal your goats. And you done. They don't need no CIA for you. You ain't got nothing that's worthy of CIA infiltration. There's nothing over there to infiltrate. You don't have anything going. Get over yourself. You got some weird sense of importance. You fleeing over here. There's no CIA. Negro. You all sneaking over the border with suitcases full of bush meat. What CIA is needed for that? Stop it.
Yo, this nigga's on the road right now.
A couple of more folks in here. Couple of more folks. Raise your hand if you're ready. Let's get Mama Do. That's a hell of Mama Do. Hop in, Mama Do. I see my sister Brooke down there, the lovely Brooke. I see Brother McCall in the building. What's up, Brother McCall? I see Brother Arthur down there. Mama Do, what's up, Mama Do?
What's up, Tariq? How are you?
I'm good, Mama Do. Where are you from? I hear an accent.
Yeah, I'm from Senegal.
Senegal, there you go. And
yeah. And,
are you?
No, but
are you in the?
No, Senegal.
Good, Mama Do. Where are you from? I hear an accent.
Yeah, I'm from Senegal.
Senegal, there you go. And
yeah. And,
are you?
No, but
are you in the?
No, I'm not legally in a foreign country. You know, my father is an engineer. All right, he have a big company in Senegal, and I don't need to flee. You know.
So where are you now?
So yeah.
Are you in Britain or Senegal now?
No, I'm not in Britain. I'm in France as a student.
Got it. Okay. What's on your mind?
No, I think that you talk about ethnogenesis on your side, and I agree. I mean, if y'all wanna be proud and create your own identity, there's no problem about that. You know, I mean, in Africa we have our own ethnicities, and it's not a problem. but the thing is, hating on African because 1% of Africans are talking shit about you. I mean, that's where when I disagree with you. You know, you cannot take what 1% of African did against you and say 90% of Africans are against you. No, no, no. Because you act like that, you know, you behave like that. I heard that you say that you don't hate foreigners, you don't hate Jamaicans, and so on. But
You know what that
you talk like you hate all Africans, you
you
know.
know what that's called? A projection. That's called a projection. Y'all love to project that you hate Africa shit onto us. First of all, you don't have anything for me to hate. I don't have time or energy to hate on people in a foreign land that's already struggling.
Niggas about to stroke.
We don't hate on that. That's not our culture. No foundational black American hates on. Get off that bullshit.
No, but you're saying tethers, you're saying
Down. Slow your ass down. We none of us hate on you. You don't have anything to hate. You don't have anything for us to hate. You hate up. You don't.
oh no, man, you were talking a lot of crazy hate speech since now, man. You were talking a lot of bad words saying that we're eating bushmeat, but
Do you not
90%
do
of
you eat
Africans
bush
don't
meat?
eat
Hold
bushmeat.
on, that ain't hate speech. Y'all eat bush meat. That ain't no goddamn hate speech. I'm not making that up. In fact, they caught a woman in France leaving somewhere in Africa with a suitcase full of goddamn bush meat. I'm not making that up. That's not hate speech. What are you talking?
But 90% of Africans are eating food from agriculture,
Nigga.
you know, from cows,
Oh, that's great.
from things there.
Dandy. That's fine.
I mean, what are
That's
the
dandy. But don't. We're not making it up. People eat bush meat over there, and they be getting.
Yo, anybody ever ate bushmeat before? Me, I never had no bushmeat. It sounds nasty, but what is it, like raccoon or some shit like that? Like my family used to eat raccoon and shit, but that's you know, I would say this, all right. The raccoon that we eat down south, they're not domesticated animals. They're really wildlife animals. So I guess we can eat that shit. That's why you see them niggas out there, deep frying, raccoon and shit. So yeah, I think niggas do deep fry like raccoon and shit. You gotta take off the skin and shit. So you gotta skin it. It's weird, man.
Caught at airports with goddamn bush meat. We're not making that up. I don't care about the percentages.
but it's a small
All
minority.
right.
It's a small minority. Don't say the majority of African are eating bushmeat because this is fake news.
Nobody said
All right.
that. Nobody said that. But people do eat bush meat and they love it to the point where they try to travel with it. Damn, that's the culture over there. Don't get mad. Don't say we hate you and that's the culture that you have over there.
I mean, it's like us Africans saying that
That's what I'm
African Americans.
saying. No, y'all hate your own culture. Nobody hates Africa more than
One nigga said I almost ate bushmeat.
somebody who fled it. Nobody. You
Yeah,
guys
niggas is
hate your
crazy.
culture. And then you try to
No, it's fake. I don't hate my culture. In Senegal, we speak Wolof. I mean, the vast majority of people are speaking Wolof. When white people are coming in Senegal, we're speaking Wolof, and they're learning Wolof. And if they don't speak Wolof, I mean, they will not be integrated in our society fully, you know. And it's a fact. You can say that for a lot of African countries like Kenya, like South Africa. Also, the Zulu are really proud people. I mean, they speak Zulus, you know. And man, I don't know what you're talking about.
y'all
I'm sorry.
still speak French over there. France still controls your damn bank. Sir, what do you
No, but actually, we're doing everything to erase French language and French names in our streets. We're doing a lot of big things. Do you know about Bassirou Diomaye Faye, our new president? Do you know him?
not
Do you know what he's doing?
know? What is he doing?
No, but I mean, Senegalese people fight hard to kick out our dictator, whose name is no. By the way, sorry for my English because
Right.
no, I don't
Because
speak.
we go.
I speak Wolof first.
So this nigga right here, he's trying to have a pity party, man, and it's cool and everything, but a pity party, nah, my nigga, that's a you problem. One thing about I always tell Africans all the time, I was like, yo, y'all set the temperature of how people treat Africans. You know, you always wanted the acceptance from whiteness, but at the end of the day, disrespect the people that help you get here. You know, that's like the guy who gives you $20. After he gives you $20, you talk shit about the nigga. Like, oh yeah, this bitch ass nigga gave me $20. He ain't worth shit anyways, though. You know, and some shit like that. The nigga say the nigga sells drugs and he gave me 20, and the nigga gave you $20. You trying to tell the nigga's business and everything. That's just how these Africans are sometimes, you know. So it comes with the territory of, you know, helping niggas out get to this country. I personally think it was the worst thing ever, you know. As I tell you, probably once a week or once every 2 weeks. It's the worst thing that Black Americans did was help people come over to this country, you know. Because at the end of the day, it's just people don't respect Black Americans. So why would you help somebody that don't respect you? You know.
I speak Wolof first and French second. You know.
Okay,
But
brother. Thank you because he about to start.
no, no, let me talk.
No, I don't want to hear
Nigga
the
hit the
tell the
button
story
real
though,
fast.
because they sit up and talk all this shit, and dude, y'all still speak French. France still controls your banking over
Facts.
there. The CFA franc system is still over there. They control your damn banking. You're still basically colonized by France because they got you colonized economically. And then when you point that out, yes, but we're working to stop it now. We're getting the streets renamed. We're working to stop, and then Akon City is going to be built. Oh God, I don't want to hear it. No disrespect. I just don't want to hear it. Nobody's hating on y'all. Say the same shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about Akon City and the Wolof. I don't want to hear it. While you sitting comfortably up out of there. God, God, I don't want to hear it.
Niggas is
It's
crazy.
like a broken record, man. It's like a broken record. You niggas hate us. I don't like you hate on us. Only a few of us travel with bush meat. It's not all of us with bush meat. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I don't want to be stuck on a plane with nobody with bush meat. I'm sorry. Like we're making that up. We're not. We're not making that up. You hate us because you pointed out the bush meat. You're supposed to keep it secret, nigga. Y'all remember a few years ago they got mad at Kendrick Lamar because he did a video. He went over there to Ghana somewhere and did a video, and they're like, he's trying to shame us. He's showing how it is over here. They started getting mad at Kendrick because he did a video, just a video showing what it was like. He was the scene.
Yo, I want to know how this nigga do that voice, man. Yo, the African voice. He trying to disdain. Yo, I got this that shit. I got.
Y'all remember a few years ago they got mad at Kendrick Lamar because he did a video. He went over there to Ghana somewhere and did a video, and they're like, he's trying to shame us. He's showing how it is over here. They started getting mad at Kendrick because he did a video, just a video showing what it was like. He was the the scenery in the background. They didn't like that it was all dilapidated, so they tried to get on his case. Oh goodness, man. Goodness freaking grief, boy. The tethers be wearing me out, man. I'm sorry. I'll be tired. I'll be physically tired dealing with these goddamn tethers, man. Oh, they wear me out. Do y'all get worn out by these motherfuckers? God.
It's almost
I
over. We
won't be
got
a
like
plate of
5 more
bushmeat.
minutes.
I'm hungry. Shit, they done worked up an appetite. Give me some monkey legs. Shit, I'm hungry. They done worked up an appetite with my ass. Fry that bushmeat up in your suitcase. Just swat the flies from that
crazy.
First. Damn. Boy, y'all be working on a nigga, man.
With the YouTube Music
Niggas
app,
is
you can blend
crazy
up to
out
30 artists into one big custom radio station,
Oh my
which
God.
means
Now let me get one. Let me
Key
get one
time
more
save
call in here.
us.
I just can't with y'all, man. It's dealing with y'all, the tether class, all that splaining and running. God, it's tiring, man. All that splaining. Yes, Elmina Castle. It was a spaceship from the planet Jupiter that dropped it down, and we did not know what it was.
Crazy.
And it started magically getting niggas and selling. Shut up. Shut up. Good grief.
Niggas is
Stop
crazy.
splaining. I can't take the splaining, man. Okay. Let me get Fahima. Let me get Fahima in here.
Fahima sounds crazy.
Let me get Fahima. Sister.
Yo, don't that name Fahima? It sounds. I thought it was a Haitian name, but when you say it, I heard of Fatima. Fatima, I thought was a Haitian name. I hear a lot of Haitian women with the word Fatima. Fahima, I never heard. It sounds Arab, African Arab name.
The Fahima, hop in, beloved. Sister Fahima. Miss Fahima, are you in here, beloved? Miss Fahima, are you in there boiling some black-eyed peas, letting them savor until the morning? What are you doing, Fahima? All right, Fahima ain't ready. Let me get her out of here. Let me get one more
So
good one. Let me
Fahima
get
could be
one
a
more good
Black
call.
American name. I never heard of it ever.
Raise your hand if you ready.
Fahima, is he
right.
saying it right?
Moonrise, I've had you on before. I forgot what we talked about, but let's get Moonrise in here. Moonrise.
Thank you for calling me, Tariq. I've been raising my hand. I got so much to say. I'm gonna make it brief, but I'm about to cook. Hello to you, sir. Hello, everybody. Hi, B1 family. Okay, so to the one dude that called with the weird
Yo, she's lit right now.
flag, the tether, who talked about our military. I had 3 family members of mine that served proudly in the military, 100% FBA. It's not that many of them that signed up for the military, but we do. We serve proudly. And then you also had the one woman, the El Presidente. I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I'm a nurse, and these African nurses don't even F with our FBA men. So Tariq, do us a favor and don't put her on no more, okay? Because she don't do nothing but divide us. I mean, she don't do nothing but try to play games with us. Because we all know that African women don't have nothing to do with our FBA men. They don't want to have nothing to do with them. Okay, and then another thing I want to say too, because I'm trying to get it all in because it's so much, but the tethers and these white supremacists during World War I and World War II. Our military, our men, they treated our men like shit. And then they're sitting here with their enemies, breaking bread with them, eating with them, having them at the go. I mean, they had rights. The prisoners had rights that we didn't have. Okay, so don't all of them, these crackers, these tethers, these shields, Dr. Claude Anderson said it perfectly. He said we can't fight all these groups, and it's coming to fruition. All these groups is coming at us, Tariq. So I have a question for you, and I have a question for the family. How are we supposed to keep our sanity when we're living in an insane time? As Neely Fuller Jr. said it, how can we wrap our brains around it's I'm sorry. I'm just really upset because we have so many enemies against us, and all we have is each other. And how do you keep from going insane, Tariq? How do you keep from just straight going off on these people? And I'm gonna land my plane there. Thank you.
You're just keeping focus, just understanding the play, and just staying focused on our lineage and understanding splaining when we hear it and not going for the splaining. Yeah, we're
All right, we're gonna live right here. We're gonna jump right into what's going on. All right. So I was doing a little bit of research on what's going on while this was playing. So I'm gonna say this. They're looking for Big U right now. I don't think they caught him yet. They say he's on Southern California right now, hiding. Cause this is a Rico case. The best thing he should do is get the fuck out the country. Go to Bali or whatnot. Even Russia. Russia probably will accept him right now. He's probably trying to get his coins together or get his lawyers together, see what they know. Just the whole 9 yards of what's going on. I think somebody told on him. I'm gonna be personally honest. I personally feel like, okay, yo, just being in the streets, this seems like some shit Whack will do, some sucker shit. It's just some sucker shit. I'm not calling Whack a sucker. I just say sometimes Whack does some foul shit to people. I consider foul shit sucker shit. Does Whack does foul shit? Yes, he records niggas. He put niggas on blast. Shit that's not supposed to be played. He plays the shit. The nigga does the whole 9 yards, you know. And that's what makes him good content, you know. That's what makes him good content. And you know, we always have to appreciate Whack, but at the end of the day, this is the type of shit he does, you know. This is what he's notorious of doing, you know. So we gotta take him as face value. I'm also gonna say this. I don't know how Brick Baby got caught up in that shit, cause Brick Baby was saying the way how Brick Baby was talking. He could have told, cause don't forget he said he told 600 that, you know, that they have a Rico case on Big U. You know, let me see if I can find that one. Exclusive Whack reacts to it. Alright, this is what we do. We're gonna watch. Nah, we're not gonna do the no jumper. The shit's no jumper right now is trying to protect themselves. I'm gonna say that. They're trying to protect themselves now. They don't give a fuck about Brick Baby. They might be like, oh, well, you know, we're going to try to see if Brick Baby's okay, and yada, yada, yada. He's a part of the family. You know, the white shit that people do. Oh, we're going to see was he part of the family. We was like, fuck that. We're trying to, and in their mind, they're like, fuck that. We're trying to stay away from this motherfucker as far as we can. Because this nigga's going down. Rico cases, it's a 95% chance you're going to lose a Rico case. I'm just going to be personally honest. It's a very, you got a 5% chance of winning, you know? Not 20, but 5%. That's why a lot of people take pleas when they get into Rico cases, you know? Hold on. Then what's crazy too, Big U is getting charged for a murder. So I don't think this motherfucker, I'm gonna be personally honest. I think the nigga's gonna off himself before he even goes to jail. I don't think he's going back to jail. This is just what I think. You know, I think he's gonna off himself. You know, I know ODM Slim is having a good field day with this shit right now. Hold on, bodyguard reveal was life is over. Full arrest. Damn, this nigga's getting arrested too. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, Big U's done. I think I'm gonna be personally honest. I think Big U is done. You know. Yeah, I don't see nothing good coming out this shit. Let me see if any. Well, like we're gonna watch what his charges is. You know.
A big announcement from federal authorities about the Rollin 60s neighborhood Crips gang in South LA. Detectives have arrested multiple people, and this morning they're still looking for others.
He's probably Cambodian.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. Let's get right to it. We have live team coverage of this breaking news. NBC4's Michelle Vyas is in Westwood with more.
One thing I noticed about Asian people, they don't go to jail for no 5 or 10 years. Them niggas go to jail for like 20, 30 years, my nigga. I'm being personally honest. I have met probably a few people who are Asian that went to jail for 3 or 4 years. I know some niggas who just go back and forth to jail because of women and just women and being drunk. Other than that, nah, them niggas be doing crazy crimes like shooting niggas in the face. The minimum I ever seen like an Asian nigga really do, like 10 years. Like I have seen Asian niggas do petty crimes, but the real Asian niggas who really be in the streets like that, the minimum I ever seen them do was like 10 years. You know, shootings, stabbing, some foul shit. You know?
Arrests, but let's get started with Alex Rozier. He was at that press conference and joins us live from downtown LA. Alex.
Yeah, they talked a lot about a number of people in this press conference, but the main focus was on a man named Eugene Henley. The feds say he committed a series of racketeering.
Let me see. Let's get a better one. Yo, this nigga, let me tell you about Big Hugh. Big Hugh, reason why he's looking at more time because he's already a career criminal. The nigga's already a career criminal, so the shit ain't looking. Then there was like mob-like ties, so they're really trying to hit him with a Rico.
Taxes.
That's what they're aiming for. They're aiming for a Rico case right now. I don't know if it's a Rico case yet. I don't want to jump the gun, but they said mob-like.
Good morning.
Mob-like shit that they were doing.
Acting United States Attorney here in Los Angeles. Today, we're here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership.
So how I know about this, because my uncle is a career criminal. You know, after career criminal, it's just a habitual offender. You're just a habitual offender. You keep going back to jail, and when niggas... Like, one of my uncles, he kept on going to jail ever since, like, from the late 80s all the way to the early 2000s. Petty crimes. Niggas got sick and tired of him, just gave him 2 years. And he got his life better, got his life together. He just went there for a checkup, see how this nigga was doing. Nowadays, like, nah, my nigga, you staying in. Oh, why? Nigga stole a portable camera. So his whole life changed for stealing a portable camera, my nigga. All jokes aside.
Leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang, the entertainment industry, and a youth charity to further his own criminal enterprise. An enterprise that engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, human trafficking, COVID fraud, and other felonies. Mr. Henley and several other individuals linked to him and his criminal enterprise were charged in a criminal complaint with federal racketeering conspiracy. Mr. Henley is a fugitive, and he is currently wanted by federal law enforcement. Other individuals linked to his criminal enterprise were arrested today, approximately 10 defendants who are charged in various indictments. Again, Mr. Henley is a fugitive. 4 defendants are in state custody and will be transferred into federal custody. And we are still seeking Mr. Henley and another fugitive. The Department of Justice's top priority is eliminating violent crime caused by criminal street gangs and organized crime. These organizations cause a tremendous amount of harm in our communities. And today's arrests are part of our office's efforts, FBI, IRS, LAPD, the team you see up here, to make our communities safer and rid our streets of these criminal street gangs, including ones operated by violent felons like Mr. Henley, who are posing as savvy businessmen and community leaders, but in the end are violent criminals. The affidavit filed with the criminal complaint alleges that Mr. Henley operated Big U Enterprises, a mafia-like organization that utilized Mr. Henley's stature and long-standing association with the Crips criminal street gang and other gangs here in Los Angeles, Los Angeles to intimidate businesses and individuals in our communities. I want to stress that the allegations here in the complaint are allegations only, and the defendants are presumed innocent until proven otherwise. Let me talk a little bit about Mr. Henley and the street gang here. As I said, Mr. Henley is a widely known leader within the rollin 60s. He rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts, all things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. For example, Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body in Las Vegas off of the I-15 freeway. He then attempted to evade and obstruct the investigation into the murder, including ordering witnesses not to speak with law enforcement. Henley's criminal enterprise also engaged in other crimes, including transporting prostitutes across state lines, extorting strip clubs, marijuana dispensaries, and other businesses, and fraudulently applying for COVID loans in the form of a business relief loan. On that application, Mr. Henley falsely stated that his music label...
So far, this is what I got out of it. The certain crimes that they're trying to charge, well, they are charging him, but he didn't get convicted yet. First thing we need to understand, he's not convicted yet, so he's only charged with the crimes. He's not convicted of the crimes. Some of these crimes is kind of petty. I'm not gonna lie. The first charge, the prostitution shit, that's a gray line. And the reason why I say it's a gray line because prostitution runs out of Las Vegas. Second of all, they could have been like friends. Oh, yo, I want to go somewhere. Yada, yada, yada. It could have been like that. You know? It's just how you take it. Also, killing of the friend, they're going to have to find evidence. They said I heard that they had evidence on him, like evidence.
Label, Unique Music operated at a $200,000 profit in 2019 and was entitled to government assistance, despite the reality that the company had operated at a loss and was ineligible for such relief. Finally, Mr. Henley is accused of embezzling donations made by celebrities, professional athletes, and businesses to his charity, Developing Options, which, as I said, purports to give.
And this is the thing I was telling y'all about California, and the reason why I would never move to California. They're like Africans. Africans like to extort niggas. I'm going to be personally honest. Africans like to extort niggas. California is the same way. They'll extort you so you can have a better vacation in California. I think this shit is full-blown fucking crazy if you ask me. I personally don't get myself into these type of situations anymore. Sometimes you just gotta grow out the shit. This nigga didn't grow out of it. He's like, yo, this is money. This is money into certain things. Like, what's his name? Rondo. I wouldn't be surprised if this nigga, told on him. Is telling on him. Don't forget, this nigga used to be his manager, just about, I think. And I think also the reason why Brick Baby's gonna get caught up in this shit is because of that Rondo shit and the shit that he was saying. You could be like, oh yeah, I was on pills or some bullshit like that, but at the end of the day, they're not gonna see it like that. Excuse me, everyone. So yeah, it's just this whole situation sounds crazy. Also, I don't know what these other niggas was doing, so I don't know how big of their charges is either.
South LA at-risk youth alternatives to gang violence, drugs, and other criminal activity. Henley used this charity as a front He used it to conceal his fraudulent activities, his criminal enterprises activities, and evade detection from law enforcement. If convicted on the racketeering conspiracy, he and his co-conspirators face approximately a 20-year federal prison sentence. I want to thank our federal law enforcement partners, our state law enforcement partners who brought it past.
I told you why he's getting charged for that. I mean, I told you why he's getting charged for the 20 years because he's he's a career criminal. Especially this is probably his third strike, so he's not getting out. He ain't gonna get out. He ain't even gonna get out when he's like 70. They're gonna keep him in there. They might even throw the book at the nigga. I'm gonna be personally honest. They need a big one right now, especially California. And if I wouldn't be surprised if Kamala is behind this shit. I'm gonna be personally honest.
Out the result here today. The Los Angeles Metropolitan Gang Task Force from the FBI is comprised of FBI agents, LAPD officers, IRS Criminal Investigation, the U.S. Department of Justice Inspector General's Office, Los Angeles Police Department, the North Las Vegas Police Department. This case is a great example of state and federal law enforcement working together to address harm from a criminal enterprise. I also want to thank our prosecutors, Assistant U.S. Attorneys Kevin Butler and Jenna McCabe, for their diligence and dogged determination in this case. With that, I'll turn it over to our next speaker, FBI Special Agent in Charge, Ted Dox.
Thank you, Joe. Absolutely. My name is Ted Dox, Special Agent in Charge of FBI Los Angeles' Criminal Division. These operations are truly a team effort, and I would like to recognize those partnerships. If not for their commitment, dedication, and follow-through, we would not be here today. First, I'd like to thank LAPD, IRS Criminal Investigations, and the U.S. Attorney's Office for working collaboratively for the past 4 years. In this case, with FBI Los Angeles Metropolitan Task Force on violent gangs. I'd also like to thank the U.S. Marshal Service for their assistance today, and many departments in California, Arizona, Nevada, and the North Las Vegas Police Department. Now, this morning, hundreds of agents and officers, including multiple SWAT teams, executed multiple arrest warrants for many of the 19 defendants charged in this case. Search warrants were executed at 6 locations. Those searches continue to be underway. 4 of the 19 defendants were already in custody, and 10 defendants were taken into custody in the last 24 hours. And while we're still seeking the whereabouts of 5 individuals, 3 of whom we believe we will have in custody shortly, 2 defendants are considered fugitives. They are Eugene Henley Jr., also known as Big U, and Brian Mejia. We will provide their photographs to the media following this announcement. Anyone with information as to their whereabouts should not take action on their own, but contact the FBI. You can reach us by calling 1-800-CALL-FBI.
Niggas ain't gonna be fucking with Big
investigation,
U's.
we recovered 49 weapons, 5 pounds of methamphetamines, 10,000 fentanyl pills, and large amounts of cash.
Oh, shit.
The Rolling 16 Crips have been around for decades, and by some estimates are among the largest gangs in the country, with factions in multiple states. Mr. Henley has been a known member of the Rolling 60s Crips since the 1980s, where he established his reputation and earned standing with fellow gang members. He has been able to use that standing to intimidate businesses and individuals and to commit various forms of violence, including the alleged murder outlined by the U.S. Attorney. He's also been able to influence others to give him money, only to defraud his victims, including defrauding the U.S., the government, the city of Los Angeles, and you, the taxpayer. Before I close, I'd like to ask that anyone who has information about the alleged criminal activity or feel that they have been victimized by any of the defendants, call the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. We've targeted this gang in the past and will continue to target gangs who seed violence and fear in our communities. The FBI will never waver on our commitment to combat violent gangs and those individuals affiliated who prey on others. Today's arrests make neighborhoods across our city safer. Thank you. And with that, I'll turn it over to IRS SAC Tyler Hatcher.
Good morning. Again, I'm Tyler Hatcher. I'm the Special Agent in charge of IRS Criminal Investigation here in Los Angeles. Today's arrests are the result of outstanding investigative work by law enforcement partners from LAPD, U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, and my office, who's worked tirelessly to find the evidence necessary to charge those who are alleged to bring harm to our communities, as you've heard previously. The Rico charges against Mr. Henley and his associates reflect a pattern of crimes that runs a gambit from extortion to robbery to murder to tax fraud and to human trafficking, all under the umbrella of a well-organized criminal organization led by Mr. Henley. Additionally, Mr. Henley duped the County of Los Angeles by running a nonprofit named Developing Options, which was set up to pull youth out of the gang life and promote anti-gang solutions. Yet Mr. Henley continued to personally orchestrate violent gang activity that impact our communities. Donors trust that their donations will be used in a manner that's consistent with what the charity was set up to do and applied as intended. In this case, it was for the benefit of at-risk youth. Financial transactions leave a trail, and IRS criminal investigation special agents are the best at following that trail. The trails led to Mr. Henley's, allegedly lead to Mr. Henley's personal bank account, and the money trail doesn't lie. Organized crime victimizes our Los Angeles communities far too frequently.
So they got the money. I could tell you that. They got the money because they said they followed the money trail. So they were watching these motherfuckers for years. Like years. Like all jokes aside, like probably a good 5 years. Good 5 years. Plus with the PPP shit, the niggas, because the thing about it, they would have let them niggas out if there was the pandemic. I'm going to be personally honest.
But the arrests made today demonstrate our commitment to making Los Angeles safer for everyone impacted by these criminal enterprises. IRSCI is proud to partner with our federal and state and local law enforcement partners to make our communities safer and to protect from these violent acts. And on that, I'll turn it over to Chief.
Thank you, and thank you all for being here today. I'll keep my comments brief. From day one, the Los Angeles Police Department's been proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with the FBI and our partners here today in this critical investigation. The invaluable expertise provided by Operations South Bureau FBI Task Force on the Rollin 60s criminal street gang has played a pivotal role in securing these 19 federal indictments laid out this morning. It's a measured step forward in our ongoing fight against gang violence and brings hope and relief to a community that for too long has endured far too much. Together we will continue to protect and serve, working tirelessly to ensure safety in all of our neighborhoods. I'll return the U.S. Attorney, Joe McNally, for any questions follow-up.
We'll take any questions.
So Henley is still on the loose?
He is.
Do you expect to snag him today, or is this something where he's gone?
Yeah, I think all I can say is that look, he is the leader here, and we're looking for him and trying to find him. He's a fugitive at this point, and we're using resources to try to track him down.
When were the other arrests made?
The arrests were made this morning, early this morning.
And that's of the more than this whole group here that's in custody, or?
So there are a number of arrests, I think roughly 10 this morning, and then there are other individuals who were in state custody that are being transferred into federal custody. But approximately 10 arrests were made this morning.
I think you mentioned it earlier, but what kind of penalties or time imprisonment are these people?
So a federal racketeering conspiracy complaint that's charged here, 1962D, covers up to 20 years in federal prison. The next stage here would be that Mr. Henley and others would be indicted by a grand jury, and the penalties at that point could range and include higher penalties. So at this point, he's charged in a criminal complaint.
Is he charged with murder too as well?
He's charged in a Rico conspiracy. And part of that Rico conspiracy, one of the predicate acts is the murder that is described in the complaint. He has not yet charged in an indictment with a substantive murder.
You mentioned the taxpayers were defrauded. Can you tell us how much taxpayer dollars he obtained from what city leader or official? And what does this mean for groups that are working on anti-gang efforts and trying to get donations from celebrities? This thing
Sure. So I think just to kind of go back, Mr. Henley and the allegations are here. Operated a criminal enterprise. He used his status in LA as a gang member, somebody who was known as an enforcer, in order to execute the crimes that are described in the criminal complaint. As part of that, and to get to your question, he also had this charity and held himself out there to be somebody who was committed to reducing gang violence, committed to supporting youth in the city. As part of that, he received grants from government agencies to do that work. And as we just
So they finally catching him for the PPP checks after all these, because don't forget they wasn't just getting the niggas who was getting 10s and 20,000. They were waiting for the niggas for the 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, those type of niggas, and he was one of them.
describe in the criminal complaint, he used that goodwill to benefit himself. He diverted money from that charity and lined his own pockets with it, and that money was ultimately traced, and that we can show that he used it for personal purposes. So there was an embezzlement angle to this, to the criminal enterprise, where hundreds of thousands of dollars were siphoned off that should have gone to charitable purposes, gang reduction, gang intervention. Instead, he used it for his own purposes, his own criminal enterprise. In addition to that, there was tax loss. And like many of our cases, we ultimately do a financial investigation, and we see that embezzlement and that siphoning happens often. There's a parallel tax conduct that is also described in the complaint. So you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars that the charity ultimately siphoned off for his purposes. It was a charity that he controlled, and again, held himself out there to be somebody in our community who was, as Chief McDonald said, these communities, are oftentimes our poorest communities that need intervention the most. They need law enforcement the most. He held himself out as somebody who was part of that team trying to improve South Los Angeles. And the facts in the indictment and the wiretap calls that we intercepted as part of the investigation that are described in the complaint, not the indictment, the complaint, describe that contradiction. That on the one hand, he's Mr. Charity, and on the other hand, he's engaging in all this criminal conduct. That's set out in the criminal complaint.
And so it's outlined in the criminal complaint specifically what government agency gave him money?
It's outlined. It's outlined that he got grant money. I believe that money flowed through the city of Los Angeles, but I don't have the specifics in front of me. What I can tell you is that typically, grants flow through the state and then eventually, are typically issued through the city.
And to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Did you say the name of the charity? Are you allowed to say that?
Maybe the charity I referenced earlier is Developing Options. Developing Options.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Last question.
I apologize. Just your efforts to find Mr. Henley, have you had, do you have any idea about his potential whereabouts or any more that you can tell us on this?
No, other than he's a fugitive, and he's being sought by law enforcement, and we're obviously looking for him as we would any fugitive who's engaged in the type of conduct that's alleged here.
Believe to be in Southern California, no idea.
We believe that he may be in Southern California, and for that reason, we're providing his picture and encourage anybody to contact the FBI who knows his whereabouts.
Niggas in California, they're not gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell y'all my theory. Big U is probably with his lawyer trying to get this shit solved, seeing if they didn't freeze his accounts and shit like that, and he's just trying to get shit done. He might go to jail, and it might be for a very long time. He's looking at murder plus Rico. That's two double whammies. I'd rather have the murder instead of the Rico. The Ricos is very hard to beat. That means they have evidence on you. Murder, no, you're that guy that fits the description. And now they gotta prove that you done it. But they got evidence on Rico. That's why Rico's is very hard to beat. It's the worst charge. Those charges is for those were always for the mafias. Cause they were always dealing with like, scamming money and shit like that. Anything with money and federal and shit like that, federal money and stuff, yeah, you're gonna have a hard time. That's why niggas get hit with Rico cases. I'm gonna tell y'all my theory now. So my theory is I feel hopefully I think I'm wrong. I do think I'm wrong at this time, but I think Wack has something to do with that shit. And the reason why I say that is Wack been like praying for this nigga's downfall for like probably 3 or 4 years. Then when this nigga was, they were saying like, yo, a few days ago, this nigga was like, yo, I'm surprised Big U ain't locked up. I'm surprised Big U ain't locked up. I don't know if that shit was a coincidence, but I don't think lightning can strike twice. Especially at that situation. It's a weird situation. I always tell people it's weird. It's very, very weird how this whole bullshit is going right now. And I personally am not saying it's whack, but it just sounds like some shit that he'll do. Just to get the nigga out the paint. Because don't forget, Wack got caught hating on Big U.